Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Ex-Cowboys quarterback brought in by Steelers before start of camp. An ex-Dallas Cowboys quarterback is trying to find a new NFL home. As noted by Cherian Williams of Pro Football Talk, the Pittsburgh Steelers worked out former Cowboys quarterback Ben DiNucci on Tuesday, July 23. The workout took place just before the start of training camp, with Pittsburgh opening camp the next day. DiNucci had actually spent the 2023 season backing up the Steelers' current favorite to start at quarterback, Russell Wilson. The Steelers worked out free agent quarterback Ben DiNucci on Tuesday, writes Williams. DiNucci spent last season on the Broncos practice squad, helping back up Russell Wilson, now the Steelers starter. The Broncos waived DiNucci in May. The 27-year-old DiNucci is best known for his tenure with the Cowboys, where he was a 7th-round draft pick back in 2020. DiNucci played 2 years in Dallas, spending the 2020 season as a backup. Injuries to starter Dak Prescott and backup Andy Dalton eventually paved the way for DiNucci to make a start during the season. In his lone start with the Cowboys, DiNucci threw for 180 passing yards, lost 2 fumbles and was sacked 4 times as Dallas lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, 23-9, on Sunday Night Football. The Pittsburgh Panthers and James Madison alum would go on to spend the 2021 season on the practice squad before he was waived by the Cowboys prior to the start of the 2022 season. The 6'2" DiNucci holds career totals of 219 passing yards with 0 touchdowns and a 53.4% completion rate in 3 games and 1 start during his NFL career, all occurring during his rookie season. While DiNucci hasn't found much success during his NFL career, he has found it while playing in another professional football league, the XFL. During the 2023 season with the Seattle Sea Dragons, DiNucci led the league in most major categories, including passing yards, 2,671, attempts, 374, completions, 272, and interceptions, 13. He also ranked second in the league with 20 passing touchdowns. However, he also threw a league-high 13 interceptions. During his collegiate career, DiNucci had his most productive years with FCS school James Madison during the 2018 and 2019 seasons, leading the James Madison Dukes to the title game during his senior season, as Tribune Live's Tim Benz notes. DiNucci threw 29 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions with a 70.9% completion rate while being named the CAA, Coastal Athletic Association, Offensive Player of the Year. A 2016 graduate of Pine Richland High School, DiNucci spent the next 3 seasons as a member of the Pitt Panthers after initially committing to Penn, writes Benz. He appeared in 12 games and started 6. Eventually, DiNucci transferred to James Madison. There he started 29 games and got the Dukes to the FCS title game as a senior in 2019. DiNucci is obviously a local product, having played college ball in Pittsburgh and spending his high school years at Gibsonia, which is roughly 30 minutes away from Pittsburgh. Considering the Steelers already have 4 quarterbacks on their roster, Wilson, Justin Fields, Kyle Allen and John Reese Plumlee, it's likely that Pittsburgh is merely taking a look at DiNucci rather than seriously considering signing him at the current moment. Micah Parsons saw some off-ball linebacker work on day 1 of Cowboys training camp. One of the biggest questions this season hovers around one of the only new names associated with the Dallas Cowboys, Mike Zimmer. We have noted how much success this organization has had over the last 3 years, and a big reason for that has obviously been that it is 100% of the Micah Parsons era, but that was also 100% of the Dan Quinn era. In the offseason, Quinn left for the division rival Washington Commanders, and taking over for him is someone who knows a thing or two about calling the Cowboys' defense, Mike Zimmer. How Zimmer evaluates things will go a long way in determining what the group will look like this year. Many have wondered if Zimmer taking over at DC could lead to more work for Parsons further back in the defense. The days of debating whether or not he was a linebacker or edge rusher feel like forever ago, as it is undeniable where he impacts the game the most. But there is more to the conversation than just that point. It can be argued that Parsons would benefit from not rushing the passer from September all the way on, but you obviously want him in the game. Playing him at off-ball linebacker may be good for the overall state of things. There is no need to make any mountain out of this molehill, but Parsons did see some work at off-ball linebacker during Thursday's opening practice at training camp. Could this be simply for the purposes of fully understanding Mike Zimmer's defense? That is definitely possible. Running from the heart of things provides a different level of understanding, and this time of year is specifically for reconnaissance. But this is definitely a page to put a bookmark in. There is definitely merit to playing Parsons at off-ball linebacker if the pass rush can be serviceable, for lack of a better word, without him there. He is a world-class athlete and can contribute from anywhere on defense, so if this move would save some of the tread on the tires, so to speak, then it is absolutely worth exploring. Obviously, it is possible that this winds up being a bunch of nothing that was ultimately just a thing that happened on the very first day of training camp. It certainly would not be the first time that this wound up the case. We are still at a point in time where the Cowboys can keep their cards close to the vest, but soon enough they will have to tell and show us what they are really thinking. Dak Prescott doesn't fear exiting Dallas, playing for second team. Entering the final year of his 4-year, $160 million deal amid extension negotiations, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott said on Thursday that he hopes to stay in Dallas but left the door open for a potential departure down the road. "You know, I'm going to say it, I want to be here, but you know when you look up all the great quarterbacks I've watched, they've played for other teams," the 30-year-old veteran told reporters on the first day of training camp. "So my point in saying that is that that's not something to fear. That may be a reality for me one day. It may not be my decision." At his own training camp press conference on Thursday, team owner and general manager Jerry Jones stated his belief that the Cowboys would re-sign Prescott, the 2023 NFL MVP runner-up, to a long-term deal. "I do not think that this will be his last year with the Cowboys, at all," Jones told reporters. Coming off a season in which he led the NFL with 410 completions and 36 touchdown passes, Prescott called the negotiations a two-way street. "They have wants, I have wants," the three-time Pro Bowler said. "This is a business, and obviously I want to be here. Talking about growing up, this is where I became a man, but at the end of the day, it's a business." Prescott owns a 73-41 record as the Cowboys' starting quarterback since 2016. He has completed 67% of his passes for 29,459 yards, with 202 touchdowns and 74 interceptions. He is 2-5 in the playoffs. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.